Where they pick up Jayden, you see? You leave Manchester High School, go straight. You don't have a sidewalk, it's bush both side. But you have most big white people house, distances, you know, they are the maid and the big dogs and the gardener. Going from there, you pass, and you're right, you have Grove Road with a stoplight. That drive back road to where Jayden taxi stand with Bill in Caledonia Road by Irving Supermarket. When you leave from here, you go over Bullgate Hill. That's the next dangerous hill. There's a lot of terrain around those places. And when you leave here, so again, don't finish that terrain there. And when you go up the end of the terrain, you have a next turn off on your left. That is Waltham District. Continue straight. You have done Robin District, go up to Hopetown. The last house is at Hopetown. It's a Georgia Fulford house. From there, it's a long, lonely road terrain both sides. Before you reach the airstrip, when around the child bodies, you know, around the child is because when you don't finish that long terrain, lonely road around there, long terrain both sides, you came to the airstrip on your right. And you drive against the next terrain from there, right to the Moreland camp where the white people come camping. When you leave from there, come right at halfway crossing there, Ebenezer School, and the right curve back right to Swedish Hope Spur Tree. The child bodies around here. When they're searching back in Madivan, Newport and Wales, the child bodies not there. Because they have a lot of terrain and precipice and sinkhole around that side. The child bodies around here. And I keep on last because when they search for the child body, they're not going to find it. Maybe right now, all they're going to find is the remains of the bones and the bag and the uniform.
Hot Water Channel, straight to the max. Bring the thing to the people then. Original generous speed. Same way. Man, big up Hot Water Channel. No ice man. Yeah man, big up yourself.
News flash alert. The government of Jamaica has been advised by the Mahfoud family, to do a job cut of the public sector workers, you understand, to balance and stabilize the economy because, yes, Mr. Mahfoud, businessman, you know, of Wisinko and Food for the Poor, is made it known to the media that, boy, since in the ruling of the third term here by the leading government, he has been facing some difficulty in business, you understand, mainly canned food stuff still, you understand. He must say, like, for import and so, you know, the tariff kinda, you know, some people, he must face it, so he must advise the government to do a job cut and let some of the people come over into the private sector, you understand, and leave the public sector. Well, people, we don't know, say no. The teacher, them run gone, you understand? We know you have a full police here and there, people, and thing, but me, personally, don't think them would have like a job cut. You understand? And me would want that for anybody, because boy, would have be shameful you'd be shameful to tell your friends, boy, hey, I lost my job in Jamaica because my government run my country into some bankruptcy and they fired a bunch of us just to, they say that in a few years or so, the economy will be stable once again once things come back to normal. No, people, we don't want that. We don't want some people that say that. As I say, no, we don't want some people that say that. People, it look bad, that sound bad, but Mr. Mahfoud still, we don't want that, but yeah, make we know still. So it look like some things being shoved under the rug. I don't know why you just come and say that to the media. I don't know if you hold it for a long while and your cup overflow. You see me, I say, Mr. Subscribers, hey boy, Buzmal Ryan. Yeah man, thank you for viewing Hot Water Channel. Yeah man, we're there today. I would just want to make the people know something. This is very important and critical to the economy and to us all. You see me, I say? So people, just the other day in the media, Mr. Mahfoud, the Mahfoud family, you know, yeah, a well-known rich family in Jamaica. They are responsible for the Food for the Poor organization, and they contribute to the development of with Cinco. Yeah, my people. So Mr. Mahfoud, we know say boy, since the ruling of the third term by the ruling government now, it hard. Its production get hard for him. It's very costly to produce. Like him say mainly like canned stuff. You understand? Canned food, you know, probably with mackerel, with broad bean and so. You understand? So yeah, my people. So it must say the ruling of the third term, it'll bring, it'll raid havoc on him business. You understand, upon the business. So it must say the government needs to do a job cut of the public sector workers and let some of them stay in the private sector. Well, Mr. Mahfoud, a job cut right now to me would be so good for Jamaica, in my opinion. You understand? A lot of people fear to take on the private sector because boy, them always feel like there's no good union and so on. You know, wages are a problem everywhere. But Mr. Mahfoud, really not feel like that would have nice for much people. Imagine telling your friend overseas, say boy, you're a police officer but you lost your job due to your government making bad economic choices and your country run down and them have to let go somehow in order to balance certain things in the economy. You understand? Yeah. So Jamaica are the short of skilled people like teacher. And so, you understand? So, if a job cut go on, I feel like the few people in the public sector, them alone can't do it. Because most of the skilled people them already gone overseas looking for better, because them claim say, boy, things not so well here and the foreign dollars better for them. You understand? Yeah, so this, when we look into this I know, the rich get all pinch. It's affecting the rich. You understand? We know say boy, them say the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. But when you hear such a wealthy family a complaint still, you know, it's really bad. It's really bad. You understand? And me would classify them foreign investors. They might live here, but probably the family come from overseas. You understand? In the Americans or wherever they come from. So we call them foreign investors. So I don't know if, alright, food for the poor, no, we know food for the poor always I give a house to the poor, but we don't see that of much from the other day for a good while now. At least we don't know, but one time it did advertise on TV and them something so much. So I don't know, we see the Prime Minister now I build some house and I support people housing. You understand? So we don't know now if them take over the poor people, the food for the poor thing or the poor people house thing. I'm not sure. Me just say and me ask to, so whoever know can leave it in the comment. You understand? So why food for the poor thing no, so push again? Me just ask. This is not nice. You know say like police, soldiers, teacher and etc. lose them job because boy things bad. We know say in some time ago there was a trade war between America and China. However, we do not know where you import your thing from, but we know say boy some trade war go on and a lot of things get expensive. So boy, I don't know if the Jamaican government raise up the tariff on you understand? And it kinda now hard for you import certain things. But Mr. Mahfoud, what I want to say is please remember that economy or economics really has to deal with the way how the country's resources are organized in order to better the economy. You understand? So Mr. Mahfoud, like if the country resources isn't organized properly and thing, that are really the cause, or if money are missing from the economy, Mr. Mahfoud, that is really the cause of why things are raised up, or a raise is a appraisal is because me feel like say because they want to collect more tax, Mr. Mahfoud. So if them a tax it too hard, Mr. Mahfoud, me no think say advising them freely make some people lose them job or go help out the situation. You understand? That's more damaging. You understand? So what you should advise them to do is use the resources properly, Mr. Mahfoud. And if people is taking away money from the economy, just advise them to stop. You understand? Because we really don't want it that bad for the public sector workers. We don't think that nice for them. Yeah. And Mr. Mahfoud, sorry that your business has been facing such hardship here in the third term. But thank you for letting us know that, boy, things not really as pretty as it seems. You understand? So boy, we can expect a raise, we can expect we can buy mackerel. We not blame you, Mr. Mahfoud, but we know say as just show we say things not so right in the third term with the ruling government, and it kind of expensive for your boy. So poor people probably soon can buy mackerel, may I say, Mr. Mahfoud. But just please keep it on a level for you, To make it mandatory for you to look after your children after age 18 till around 25. What do you think about that?
It is not really to look about the children them, but if they don't reach it, they alright. If they don't got a job or anything like that, assist them, but they're not responsible for them anymore in that aspect.
Well, the government first created that law, that age 18 was the age, but they're now moving it. So, like how they move it, will you accept it though? Because based on what you're saying, that like 18 was the law, so you accept that 18, but they're gonna move it. Will you accept it?
No, you see, worse like how things get hard and tough. One of the things I would say for parents, because you have some other parents them in which they make them pitney become so free hands, in which the pitney them don't even, they're not making them work or anything like that. Try to train up a child, because the first teacher is the parents. You see it?
Yeah.
So the thing about it, the government free to come with any law or anything like that, but guess what? It's for you to make the pitney them have a mission to know, say, listen, me teach my child from the young to work.
Okay.
May they have this mind frame to say, listen, me, I want to have something in life, and it's not only what mommy can give me or what papa can give me. It's about what I can get. So the mind frame is with the parents and the child to make the kids have that mind frame. The government, they're going to come with a lot of things because they come like they don't have anything to do. And it's because them can't put anything with them say the people, them will run with it, so them do it.
Okay, so you would rather say then, you would try, or you personally would try to groom your child within that, after that 18 years, in order for them to get ready for the working world. You will try to groom them?
No, not after, before.
Before?
You start to groom the child from them young. Say, listen, it is not about ABC alone. You learn them, you teach them to do. You teach them to know that, listen, me, for each and every one of us to survive, we have to work.
Yeah.
You see it? So if you're going to just teach them about ABC, they're going to, all right, this is one of the things in life where a lot of persons don't understand. You say wisdom is better than even the education. Because if you don't have wisdom and you have pure education and don't know nothing, make no sense.
Okay, so since as you say that, it would be good then if the government could do like China, where in which as small as a child is, they are learning to get into production. Would something like that really kind of help the child and like ground them from early, help them to learn how to contribute to society from early, rather than just after they reach 18 you want them to just go and start to work after going to school for so many years. You know, like I myself, we have challenges, you know, just leaving out of the house and going to try to work, and you know, something that we are not used to. So you say then, if the government wants to implement something like this, would you say that they should also put a law, change things and put in place and get the young ones into production from early, so they are already used to, you know, so that can actually ease the pressure of the parent from early?
All right. The government is one person, the parents is one.
Yeah.
The government, they are there for the education. The parents have to be the motivation behind the child. You see it?
Yeah.
Because if you have a child and you're going to leave someone out there to be the backbone for that child, it's like say that person can teach a child anything or tell a child anything. But what is the good that you want from your child, for your child in the future?
Okay.
You have to push for what you want for them to, because how would it look for later on you're looking at and saying that your child can't even buy you a bag juice? Because guess what? Then come with a lifestyle where they grow up with mommy and daddy looking about them. You see it?
Okay.
So it's a different generation. The generation now and that one in the past. The past one, the people them look for go and work. But guess what? The nowadays one, as I can say, none of them know how to work. So you have to have that, put that backbone in them.
From early.
Yes.
So they grow like we saw a video lately with a guy said that his son didn't want to attend to school and he brought him on a construction site and into a cane farm and let him work, and after that motivate the young guy to say, hey, my father have to do this and that, I have to go to school because
there's a trickery about that too. While he do that, him can cause him child to hate him. Because guess what? Him didn't put it in his backbone from beginning. So it come like, when him doing this now, it come like it's a wickedness in doing to his child. You see it? Because child like say, oh, you just get up and come like say, eat me. While I'm not eating,
so
eat him.
Saying, okay, so what you're
Plant
saying...
the tree
from the early. So you're saying don't spoon feed them from early, that when they reach 18 and you want to tell them to fly on their own, they're going to look at you as a bad person. So bring them from early so that they have that skill. As you say, having school knowledge without any wisdom on how to use your hands to make a positive earning, it won't make any sense with all that knowledge and things. So you should bring them from early.
Motivate them.
Okay, good talk. I like
motivate
that talk.
Them.
Okay, ma'am.
Because if we don't motivate them, it make no sense.
Okay, thanks for your reason.
I don't know if it make any sense.
So afternoon, my boss.
Afternoon, brother.
The government wants to make it mandatory for parents to look after their children after they reach that 18 years age limit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're looking at it as that at age 18 a person is still not mature enough to make certain decisions or take on certain responsibilities. So what do you think about enforcing that law?
And I'm not inclined to agree because the way economists they know how hard it is to actually buy a house or make a house on your own. Not many kids that go through college and still come out, have a degree, sit down and things. So I see it as probably like a way for ease them into working first, make it be at 18, you have to get out and do your thing, probably give a little bit more grace period. So for parents who probably can afford it and can probably allow for them kids to stay there at 25, why not?
So you have some parents who especially have religious belief. They say that blesses his child that has his own, but we know that, things just don't come like that. But
not all the time,
so you think most of them will agree, being that, you have especially some single parent who, can't wait, they are alone, they're struggling with the kid, especially while the kid is going on through puberty and struggling, you think they will find that a bother to keep the child, still sustain the child upon them?
Well, it's not every household are able to do this. If you tell you the truth, probably I only like middle class families where, probably working parents would probably able to can keep a young one in the house up until the age 25. Some households, though, they can't wait for the child to turn 18 so they can start contribute to the whole household expenses and things. So not every family can do this, but for those who can, it makes sense to set up a kid as best as possible.
Okay, that's great. All right. How would you think this will be beneficial on the kids' side, or you think they will look at it?
Well, you have more time now if you actually determine your path rather than the whole trial and error. I had to start working 17, so I know I go. But it was like a trial and error thing, what works, what not work. You have more time now if you actually organize your life and actually make a push, less pressure upon you having to perform and give an output at age 18, 20. You have time to organize yourself, probably get your training up together, and influencing is a big thing now, so it give you time to even build up your online community and all of this. It'll be beneficial if you have time. On the other side right now, you'd probably say some kids will probably take advantage and be lazy, I just don't want, But I don't think if you just take it overall and say, boy, it won't benefit. Those who see benefit are going to take it. Those who don't want, well,
Okay, so what about a child that sees that, hey, my friend parents is looking after my parents and helping them into college, and my parents just want to push me out of the house so quickly, I'm not ready for this, I'm not used to. I've been going to school 5 years or 10 years of my life and I'm not ready for this. What would you say to that child?
Sadly, the world isn't fair, my friend. All of we get different cards. Those are the cards your friend got, where they had their parents to take care of them and what have you. Your cards is different. Your cards is where you probably have to go make it on your own. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. It don't necessarily mean just because you're or your classmate can start later in life, you have to start early. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a disadvantage or advantage. At the end of the day is where you end up. It's not really like how you start. So you just say play the cards you get dealt. That's how the cards you get dealt, where you have to work at 18. It is what it is. You now try and make sure say your kid don't have to go through the same thing. And make sure say you can make sure say you're going to go up to 25. But if that's your lot in life, it is what it is, man. Just make it happen. Make it happen.
Okay, thank you for your words.
Oh yeah, man.
Concerning allegations of procurement, irregularities, and conflict of interest in the award of contracts to Market Me Consulting Limited by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This publication, until tabled in Parliament, shall be confidential. Sections 55(4) and 5 of the Integrity Commission Act states, 4. Anything said or information supplied or any document or thing produced by any person for the purpose, or in the course of any investigation by or proceedings before the Commission under this Act, shall be absolutely privileged in the same manner as if the investigation or proceedings were proceedings in a court of law. 5. For the purposes of the Defamation Act, any report made by the Commission under this Act, and any fair and accurate comment thereon shall be deemed to be privileged. Section 56 of the Integrity Commission Act states, subject to Section 42, 3b, every person having an official duty under this Act or being employed or otherwise concerned in the administration of this Act hereinafter called a concerned person shall regard and deal with as secret and confidential all information, statutory declarations, government contracts, prescribed licenses, and all other matters relating to any matter before the Commission, except that no disclosure made by the Commission or other concerned person in the proceedings for an offense under this Act or under the Perjury Act by virtue of Section 17, 2 of that Act shall be deemed inconsistent with any duty imposed by this subsection. 2. The obligation as to secrecy and confidentiality imposed by this section in relation to any documents or information obtained under this Act continues to apply to a person despite the person having ceased to have an official duty, be employed or otherwise concerned in the administration of this Act. 3. Every concerned person who is required under subsection 1 to deal with matters specified therein as secret and confidential, who at any time communicates or attempts to communicate any such information, declaration, letter and other document or thing referred to in subsection 1 disclosed to him in the execution of any of the provisions of this Act. 2. Any person, other than a person to whom he is authorized under this Act to communicate it, or b. otherwise than for the purpose of this Act, commits an offense, and shall be liable on summary conviction in a parish court to a fine not exceeding $1 million, or to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 1 year. Chapter 1 Introduction. Executive Summary 1.0 This investigation report concerns allegations of conflict of interest in the award of contracts to the entity Market Me Consulting Limited hereinafter, referred to as Market Me by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, formerly Ministry of Health and hereinafter referred to as MOHW, for the development and implementation of a social marketing campaign during the period January 2016, December 2020. The investigation revealed procurement irregularities and conflict of interest concerns in the award of contracts to Market Me by the MOHW in relation to a social marketing campaign. 1.2 In light of the foregoing, the Director of Investigation, DI, made several recommendations to the MOHW towards preventing a reoccurrence of the conflict of interest concerns and irregularities found in relation to the operations of the MOHW. A. There was an improper award of contracts by the Ministry of Health and Wellness to Market Me in relation to a COVID-19 marketing campaign and for the Jamaica Moves campaign. B. The government entered into a number of arrangements with Market Me totaling $14.5 million, separate from the $54.8 million for 2 Jamaican Moves contract and a further $13 million. 1 and C. That there was the existence of an alleged relationship between one of the principals of Market Me and the Honorable Dr. Christopher Tufton, which gave rise to a conflict of interest in the award of contracts to Market Me to individuals pertinent to the investigation. 2.4 The following individuals and public officials officers, former and present, were considered pertinent to the investigation. Ministry of Health and Wellness, MOHW. A. Dr. The Honorable Christopher Tufton, Minister. B. Mr. Dunstan Bryan, then Permanent Secretary, November 2018. August 2024. C. Dr. Kevin Harvey, former Permanent Secretary, December 2014, July 2016. D. Miss Takis Foga, Director, Health Promotions and Education Unit. E. Mrs. Stephanie Shaw Smith, former Manager Public Relations and Communications. F. Dr. Beverly Wright, former Director of Health Promotion and Education, and G. Dr. Simone Spence, Director, Health Promotion and Protection, National Family Planning Board NFPB. HMS. Loved Byfield, Executive Director, and I. Dr. Denise Shevins-Vogel, former Executive Director, Market Me Consulting Limited. J. Miss Lindsay McDonough, Co-Managing Director, Public Procurement Commission, PPC, formerly National Contracts Commission, NCC. K. Lieutenant Commander Rhett Paul Wright, former Executive Director, Public Procurement Commission. 3.0. This chapter outlines the scope of the investigation and the issues that were explored. 3.1. The objectives of the investigation were to determine, inter alia, the following. 3.1.1. Whether contract S were awarded by the MOHW to Market Me. 3.1.2. The circumstances, if any, which resulted in the award of contract S to Market Me by the MOHW. 3.1.3. The process which led to the selection of Market Me for the award of contract S by the MOHW. 3.1.4. The involvement, if any, of Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton in the award of contract to Market Me by the MOHW. 3.1.5. Whether the processes which led to the award of contract S to Market Me by the MOHW were in breach of the Government of Jamaica GOJ Public Procurement Procedures, the Public Procurement Act, 2015, the Public Procurement Regulations, 2018, the Financial Administration and Audit Act, FAA, and or any other applicable GOJ legislation or policies. 3.1.6. Whether the process E's, which were utilized in the award of contract S to Market Me by the MOHW gave rise to a conflict of interest, and 3.1.7. Whether recommendations ought to be made. This chapter sets out the investigative actions that were undertaken throughout the course of the investigation. 4.1. The following actions were executed during the course of the investigation. During the period August 7, 2020 to February 8, 2022, 1818. Notices requisitions were served on individuals to provide written statements. B. During the period June 23, 2021 to March 6, 2023, 1818. Witness statements were obtained, and a review of the Government of Jamaica Handbook of Public Procurement Procedures, 2014, Public Procurement Act, 2015, Public Procurement Regulations, 2018, the Integrity Commission Act, Staff Orders for the Public Service, and other relevant legislation and policies. A review and cross-referencing of the statements and supporting documentation were conducted in order to inform the DI's conclusions and recommendations. This chapter sets out the discussion of the findings and the relevant legislation concerning the investigation. The award of contracts by the Ministry of Health and Wellness to Market Me. 5.1. The Quarterly Contract Award QCA database, which is maintained by the Integrity Commission, is a running compilation of all contracts reported by public bodies to have been awarded with values greater than $500,000. The information is requested quarterly pursuant to Section 51(1)(b) of the Integrity Commission Act and requires that procuring entities provide information such as the particulars of the contract awarded, the procurement methodology utilized, and the contract approval details. 5.1.1. A review of the QCA database revealed that the MOHW awarded a total of 13 contracts to Market Me. The particulars of the reported contracts are detailed hereunder. Awareness of any contracts that were awarded by MOHW to Market Me over the period 2016 to 2020. By way of a response dated September 8, 2020, Mr. Bryan indicated, inter alia, that 3 contracts were awarded to Market Me, the details of which are as follows. I. Standard form of contract for consultant services lump sum between Ministry of Health, Jamaica and Market Me, Limited, awarded in January 2017. in the amount of $15 million. Sick. Roman 2. Contract between the Government of Jamaica, represented by the National Family Planning Board and Market Me Limited, for communications consultancy, GOJ project awarded on March 31, 2017, in the amount of $4,900,000. And Roman 3. Contract for single source consultant services for the development and implementation of a social marketing campaign to support the Jamaica Moves program as a component of the National NCD's Strategic and Action SIC Plan 2013 to 2018 between Ministry of Health and Wellness and Market Me Consulting Limited. The contract was awarded on July 4, 2019, in the amount of $38,931,820. 1.3 Based on a review of Mr. Bryan's response, it was observed that the contract captioned contract between the Government of Jamaica, represented by the National Family Planning Board, and Market Me Limited for communications consultancy, GOJ project, valued at $4,900,000, was reported to the Commission by way of the QCA database and was listed as one of 13 contracts awarded to Market Me by MOHW. 1.4 The DI also notes that the other two contracts referenced in Mr. Bryan's statement, and which were not observed as reported to the Commission by way of the QCA database, had a cumulative value of $53,931,820. 1.5 Having regard to the foregoing, a total of 15 contracts awarded to Market Me, amounting to $78,579,522.49, 14 of which were awarded by the MOHW, with a cumulative value of $73,679,522.49, and 1 by the National Family Planning Board, NFPB, in the amount of $4,900,000. 1.6 of the 15 contracts that were awarded to Market Me only, 13 contracts were reported as awarded by the MOHW and the NFPB by way of QCA report submissions to the Integrity Commission. The following key observations were made based upon a review of the 13 contracts. The direct contracting procurement methodology was utilized in all instances, 5.1.6.3 in 4 instances, 3 times by the MOHW and once by the NFPB. The value of the contracts awarded were greater than the threshold of $1,500,000, for which use of the direct contracting procurement methodology was permissible. The aggregate value of the 4 contracts was in the amount of $15,716,328.61. In relation to 3 contract awards, the contract description for the services provided by Market Me was stated as reimbursement.
Hot water channels, straight to the max. Bring the thing to the people then. Original generous speak. Same way. Man, big up hot water channel, enough ice. Yeah man, big up yourself.